All right, my name's Solomon right here. We're trying to interview right here Money Geek Squad Nightmare, founder, CEO, of a new startup called Money Geek Squad. And one of the first questions I actually wanted to, ask you, if that's okay with you, is how does it feel to be, a part of your own startup?
I mean, it feels great to be a startup CEO. Well, Money Geek Squad is my own creation, my own invention. It's something that I started myself, the sole representative of Money Geek Squad as of yet, and it's a thrilling feeling to keep me excited, keep me, I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I'm overexcited because it's like just presenting something new to this world. I mean, this world have a long history. So to bring something new to it that was never quite thought of, never quite done before, it's keep me thrilled, keep me excited. Be like, hey.
Okay. So we're talking about, you being thrilled about your ideas, okay, and everything. So let's get to the points. What actually motivated you to create, to start up Money Geek Squad?
I mean, well, it started with, I did my fair share of playing lottery tickets. I did my fair share of casino, going to the casino, whatnot. But I noticed how the games were set up. It's only a certain unique type of games that was being played. And, of course, the long history on casinos and lotteries. No need to get into detail on all that. But main reason being, it's pretty much what I've seen in life. 11X equal Money Geek Squad. 11X is life. Like, when we look at life, it just there are slim opportunities to be financially successful, and I want to make a difference and change that first for myself. First off, so I'm sitting here like, okay, well, I went to school, went to college. I didn't quite get that career that I was shooting for. I didn't become that football player that may have potentially, or whatever it may be, or some type of entertainer or some such, or whatever it may be. That didn't work out for me. I never hit a lottery ticket, never won anything. And I know there's millions, let me correct that, billions of people that also like just been, same thing. Like you get done with high school, some may go to college, some may not, but then you just end up at a regular 9-to-5 job or whatever shift you may have, and that's pretty much the end of life. You working there 20, 30 plus years until, you may or may not have your retirement check at the end of your life. Whatever it may be, have a few kids, get married, whatever situation, that's supposed to be so-called life, and watch the same sports and the same things over and over again, eat the same foods for the most part, same stores, same restaurant, new products with a twist. I mean, I was just getting fed up. At a young age, I was just very fed up with this. I was just like, you know what? I'm not about to sit here for the next 20 plus years watching the same NFL, same NBA, same MLB, same hockey, all the sports, all the entertainment, doing the same things, day in and day out. I want to bring something new, something to make a difference to the world, to others, to everyone. And it started with myself. So, that's what got the fuel going.
Okay, so talking about something new, what new things or what ideas do you think you need to actually get this running up efficiently?
Well, what's needed? I mean, of course, you have your normal gambling. Since it's gambling, the subject is gambling, the gambling industry, a multi-billion-dollar industry, by the way, as it stands with just regular casino and regular lottery. So when we bring something new to the table, accessible to all, with this creativity, I just think the numbers were triple, quadruple, and pretty much take over the whole industry. I mean, just like, there will still be casinos and lotteries, but they'll take their rightful place at number 2 and 3. Mm-hmm. But to answer your question, of course, you would need your gambling license. You also need money transfer. You may or may not need money transfer license because you can it's third party that with another company that already have their money transfer license. And what I would like would be utility buildings, which would be multi-purpose buildings all over the world, every city, every state, just located where a member of Money Geek Squad can come to, play their event. So I would say, that, and most of the thing being available, accessible to all, which would mean apps, cell phones, laptops, smart TVs, tablets, everything accessible to all in every way. So that's the main focus. That's something to get the ball officially rolling out. It's like It's a project in where we don't mind, I don't mind, and the size of Money Geek Squad, I envision it being one of the largest companies ever in the world, the most profitable, the most lucrative company ever in the world. Lucrative for all, and on the inside of it, and on the outside of it. So, you know, with that being said, it can be a lot of chefs in the kitchen. We all not eating the same meal, but it can be a lot of chefs in the kitchen. That's no problem.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Okay, so with Money Geek Squad, seems like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand where you're coming from. People can make money, different parts of the world, actually turn something that they don't have and make something bigger than what they do have. So with that being said, what impact do you think Money Geek Squad can actually have on the world as a whole?
Now, on the world as a whole, like, I mean, like, yo, I'm saying, okay, the world as a whole, I can say this like this, you know, man, everything from A to Z. I mean, when you say the world as a whole, right now we're in the States, Los Angeles to be exact, but we got to take it over to the third world countries, over in Sierra Leone, Africa, over out in Laos and China, Laos, Asia, excuse me, Afghanistan, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, down all the way down to Brazil, Guatemala, Argentina, all the way out to you know, parts of India, the rural neighborhoods. People really need help, and people are really suffering. So, with that being said, Money Geek Squad only provides a opportunity, chances. Like, for example, with Money Geek Squad, this creates residual income. Residual income meaning when a person wins, you know, it's all money. So when a person wins, they can take their earnings and do whatever with it. Like, for example, globally running charities, money for businesses, so let's say schools, wellness centers, hospitals, infrastructure, the list goes on and on. From a third world country, like, it's like, okay, well, with Money Geek Squad, we can kind of globally tackle extreme poverty hands-on with Money Geek Squad. Where's the money coming from? Everybody having fun, gambling, making the best, you know, that they can, whatever they like doing, whether it be, you know, basketball or video games or whatever competition it may be, you know, math, reading, anything. And, you know, the winnings, you know, and money, for example, in Money Geek Squad, in championship play, you know, when money teams going against each other, don't know too much about that, I get into more of that later. But in championship play, Money Geek Squad, one thing about Money Geek Squad, every money team will have a charitable cause. So every money team, there will be, which there's plenty of money teams, multiple money teams, they will have a charitable cause. So one money team charitable cause may be to feed all the starving children in the world. Another team charitable effort may be to build infrastructure over in, let's say, somewhere over in Baghdad or Syria.
Okay.
Or South Korea, North Korea, wherever it may be. Like, Money Geek Squad, the new method of gambling, is providing this platform for others not only to get rich themselves, to form businesses, and it creates pretty much an avalanche of wealth. Like, when someone wins in Money Geek Squad, what they're doing with their money, that's their business. That's completely their business. It's like they can use that to invest in stocks. They can use that to start up, you know, businesses of their own, invest in somebody else's product, you know, give it away to charity, feed the homeless, house the homeless. The list goes on and on. So right now the world is 99% to 1. With Money Geek Squad in effect, how big of an impact it would be, we would go from 99% to 1 to 98% to 2%, 97 to 3%, 90 to 10%, 80 to 20%, and ongoing. I mean, the impact on the world, it's like it's a snowball effect. It start off, you know, Money Geek Squad. Somebody can start from as little as a penny, like so.
So does that have to do with the ground up process? Starting from small or what?
I mean,
or what do you think?
The ground up process is starting from scratch.
Starting from that penny?
I mean, in my opinion, it is difficult. Like, I mean, I can't. I'm gonna be honest with you, Me myself, I'm just working solely by myself, individual, just as an individual. So I know if I don't put an effort and do anything, then nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to get rolling. It's going to be a normal day, as in your average, your average day. Your average 24 hours going by, on to the next, on to the next day. Clock is ticking. Nothing happens. So I know as a startup CEO, everything pretty much depends. Everything depends on me, solely on me. So if I don't put no content out, if I don't do nothing towards it and working towards that goal, if I don't even get out and start pitching, my Money Geek Squad to investors and so forth, like nothing would get done. We'll stay in the same mode as we're in today, which is repetitive life, pretty much, as in how things are set up now. Currently, how we live our daily basis, or whatnot.
Okay, so let's say, not trying to doubt you or anything here. Let's say Money Geek Squad, is doing well, doing very profitable. Who would you actually like to want to partner with to make this thing a bigger success than it already is?
Well, a bigger success than it already is, like as far as being successful, like me personally as an individual, my individual goal for myself, I believe is successful already, being that no one in the world has ever thought of it, have ever done it, or anything of that nature. So that's a win right there in itself. It's one of a kind. Now, as far as making it more efficient, to be the most profitable, I would like to work with companies such as I have so many things in my mind going, such as for example, your Uber, Lyft transportation, or different social media platforms, different game console platforms, hotel franchises with chains or whatnot, blockchain technology. The list goes on and on. Like so definitely, I honestly believe that everybody in the business world should have some type of piece in Money Geek Squad. Because everybody's going up. Everybody in Money Geek Squad is on their way up. Not downwards, but upwards. They're already up. It's an added bonus to where they already at currently right now in life.
Okay.
Simple as that.
So with Money Geek Squad, what have you done as of now?
As of now?
Now so far.
So far, so it started, I was working with a company called World Patent Marketing. World Patent Marketing did a global ROI analysis on my product, which is Money Geek Squad, new method of gambling. So that came back clear, 7 out of 7 markets, no one in the world, patentable, patent search was done, everything. Unfortunately, it was sad to hear that World Patent Marketing got closed down for violations. No need to get into disclosing that, you can look that up yourself, about World Patent Marketing. But that's who I was working with in actually getting the ball rolling. The key word being World Patent Marketing. And with it being a global startup, world is the key word, world. And so they did give me my Royal Global Analysis back in time, let me know that everything was clear, 7 out of 7 markets. So that means from here to Belgium, to Germany, down to, over to Singapore, Dubai, China, England, Antarctica, Alaska, down to Cuba, like everywhere, Costa Rica, Venezuela, everywhere globally that Money Geek Squad was at, Money Geek Squad was ready to go. So where I'm at right now was just, I'm really at the bottom level.
So what you think you got to do, since you are a startup CEO, you got a business that actually is very profitable that no one else in the world has, like you said.
You're right.
So what are some of the things that you think that you can actually do differently to make sure this becomes an actual success?
Do differently? Well, do differently. I stay optimistic about just staying optimistic about meeting other people that's also interested. And how it is, I'm not gonna lie. My thought process is I would like to, pretty much, I'm starting my campaign pretty much. Just like, you know, in political offices have, you know, governors, mayors, presidents, they do their campaign, they do a speech here, do a speech there, people start to back them, and next thing you know, they're in elected office. I see the startup business the same way. I start my campaign, I get, you know, people backing in and say, hey, we like that. Next thing you know, we got elected office. But in this case, won't be elected office, to be a full running business. So with that being said, I said just doing differently, I would say just networking more, and that's pretty much it. That will come in due time. But hey, that's how.
Okay, so
the
the
Money Geek
biggest
Squad
question.
campaign.
No, so the big question: why the name Nightmare? Money Geek Squad Nightmare. Am I correct?
That is correct, Nightmare.
Explain that for me.
I
please.
mean, for me, Money Geek Squad, it have this a unique twist on it. It's like for members, this mainly about member play in Money Geek Squad. Members have, you have your regular Goshen name, government name, your information, and so forth. But at the same time, you know, it's a code name, a nickname, a little fun name you go by. Everybody has their own story. And I feel with Money Geek Squad, when you can start from as little as a penny. Now, I probably don't have a penny in my pocket right now. Let me see. I think I got some change here, but I don't think I got a penny in my pocket right now. A quarter, a nickel. I got a nickel.
Okay.
So, something as little as a nickel, 5 cents, even though it's a penny, and someone wants to tell you, hey, you know what? You can go from a nickel, from a penny. You can start with a nickel, a penny, to $1 million, $1 billion, real quick, within 1 year, within a few months. You tell somebody that offhand, like, no way, how? Like how? How's that even possible? Well, Money Geek Squad makes it possible. Everybody comes from different walks of life. So in different walks of life, different walks of life, people have different stories. So, Money Geek Squad, everybody has their financial stories, their financial worries. Not every story is a financial success, so I believe that nickname gives that extra cockiness or extra swagger to somebody if they could what they want to be called, what they go by. Plus they have a story behind their name, story behind them. So it goes into play of becoming whatever they dream, their goal may be, aspirations may be, and want to accomplish, and any goals they may have. It's all So my name Nightmare. You think about it, a random individual walking around with a penny in his hand, but at the same time. Biggest corporation, league and development in the world, most lucrative with the lowest amount of odds ever, but the highest rewards ever. It's kind of almost unheard of. Like, it's unheard of. So me walking around, I carry it with change in my pocket, a penny, whatnot, knowing that I can go from a penny to Jeff Bezos, Amazon, or a penny to Bill Gates, and I just like naming people and so forth, about their success stories. Not about their success stories, but just mention them in general. But let's say you say Bezos or Gates or Buffett, they are at the top shapar. And in all reality, it's no catching. It was no catching. Somebody, and I'm just saying, someone walking around here just as if, normal day, birds are chirping, dogs are barking, peaceful day in the neighborhood. With billions upon billions to be made, already created, already in the works. No one's out of reach. Everybody's in arm distance, and so it's possible for anything and everything. Without having your own business, your own company, and so forth. Super product everybody uses. You can still get that thing accomplished and still become financially successful. Billions upon millions, millions upon millions.
But there you have it. Money Geek Squad Nightmare right here in the flesh. What you got to say, Les? That's it? What you got to say to your followers?
Nah, not necessarily about followers, but Money Geek Squad Nightmare, Money Geek Squad TV. That was one take, rough draft, but we rocking with it because here we are. Next video coming soon. 11 next equal Money Geek Squad. Penny to $1 billion real quick. From Man Solomon, thanks for the interview. 1.